Hi everyone, this is Pastor Melissa, and we're really excited to be planning to regather for in-person worship at Crossroads starting October the 11th. At 10:30 a.m. will be our first service. If you're feeling comfortable rejoining us, we'd be delighted to see you. And if you're not feeling comfortable gathering in person yet, we want to let you know that that's completely okay. We want you to feel no pressure to gather in person and worship here until you are completely ready. I want to share a little bit of information with you so you know what to expect should you choose to gather with us in person, or perhaps this will help you know if you do feel comfortable gathering, as you know what our procedures will be. We have our health and safety plan in full posted on our webpage, and you're able to look at that and read that in full if you'd like. But this video is just to give you a little snapshot of what things will look like and what you should expect when you come to worship with us on a Sunday. Public Health has currently allowed faith communities to gather at 30% of their building capacity. So for us at Crossroads, that means we can have up to 30 people gathering for worship. We want to be a little more conservative with that and start our gathering numbers at 20 to 25 people on a Sunday. So that's what you'll find when you come here. There'll be about 20 to 25 people depending on registration numbers. We want to do that just to make sure that we are allowing enough physical space between people, especially as we are learning what this is going to look like for us regathering in person. We're going to ask that everyone register for coming to our service ahead of time. We're doing that through Eventbrite, and you can watch your email for how to do this and the invitation to participate in this. We are finding that there is good interest for people to return to in-person gatherings. So our capacity to be able to seat people in the sanctuary may not be enough for the number of people that are wanting to worship with us. So in the weeks to come, and if we're finding that there's numbers are higher than we can accommodate, we may ask people to stagger their worshiping with us in person to come 2 times or 3 times a month, just to make sure everyone is having the opportunity to participate in person. On the Eventbrite registration, there is a section for a COVID-19 screening checklist that we'll ask you to fill out. So we make sure that you're aware of the symptoms you should be watching for and know not to attend the worship service if you are experiencing any of those symptoms. If you need to cancel your registration, you're not able to come and you've already registered, we do ask that you cancel that so that we know that other people could then have that space and come on the Sunday that you're not able to come. When you arrive, there'll be hand sanitizer for you to put on, and there'll be a check-in spot. And at the check-in spot, we'll simply monitor your attendance. We're going to make sure we know who's here for contact tracing should any issues emerge. And we're also going to ask you to confirm that your health situation is the same as it was on your pre-screening form. You'll be asked a health questionnaire at the time, but just to confirm that your health is the same. Masks are required when you're inside the church building. If you happen to forget one, there will be a mask you could have here. We have disposable masks here that you're able to take and use while you're here. But we do ask that you bring your own mask if you are able. When you come to the church as well, both entrances will be accessible. Our accessible entrance and our main front entrance will be used. What we're going to be doing is asking people to stagger their entrance into the building. So when you check in, you're going to wait till the next person ahead of you or group is entered into the building and allow some space between you and that person or group, and then enter the building. This will allow some distance and proper physical space between people. We're going to have our volunteers and anyone involved with the service in the building prior to the service, getting things set up and ready. If you are coming to worship with us, the doors of the church will be opened 15 minutes before the service, so that's at 10:15, and you'll be able to come into the building at that time. We want to minimize the time people are actually in the church just so that we can maintain proper physical distancing. Our sanctuary and our foyer are small, so we want to encourage people to have their social time and connecting outdoors whenever that is possible. We're not able to have coffee and refreshments right now, but we know that even as you gather, worshiping God and connecting with one another. We can look forward to times where we'll be able to connect over food again, but for now, we're going to celebrate just being together and being in God's presence. If you look behind me, you'll notice that the sanctuary is set up in a physically distanced way. It will look very similar to this when you come on a Sunday morning, although there will be some family or household clusters sitting together. This will allow us to maximize our space while still allowing the required physical distancing between households and individuals. We're not able to have singing at this time, unfortunately. I know that's a hard thing for many of you, as singing is so meaningful to so many of us, but we're excited to find new ways to be able to worship God together, and we will have live music during the service. We won't be passing the offering plate or having other shared worship elements. Everything will be individual, including communion when we celebrate that. There'll be pre-packaged communion elements left on your pre-assigned seat, and you can use that with the assurance that that is something that has only been handled by you and our staff putting it there, and volunteers wearing gloves so that things are safe. There will be an offering basket. If you'd like to leave your offering here at the church, for you to be able to put that there during the service, as well as we always have the option of online giving through electronic funds transfer that can be set up, or through e-transfer. We won't have children's ministry at this time and on a Sunday morning, but we are wanting to encourage you, if you have children in your life, on how to implement spiritual growth and development in your children at home. And we are happy to be able to help you find ways to do that. We are asking that people refrain from using any additional rooms in the church, that you come in through the foyer into the sanctuary and stay here as much as possible. Of course, the washrooms are available to everyone, and they will be cleaned after each use of the building. We're asking that the nursery be reserved for parents or guardians and their children who are having diaper changes or need to be fed. And we do ask that if you develop symptoms of COVID-19 or COVID-19 symptoms during the service, that you do leave the service immediately. And we encourage you to be tested for COVID-19 and to follow all the health recommendations that public health may advise you to do so. We also ask that before you return to worship, that you either have a COVID-19 test or have self-isolated and for 14 days and have not had any COVID-19-like symptoms for at least 24 hours. We do want to remind everyone that throughout this time and beyond, we are continuing to have our online service available. We want you all to be able to feel like you can connect and be part of the worship community at Crossroads. Things are different, things are changing, but we are still followers of Jesus, united in our love for him, are seeking after him. And if you have any questions about what worship will look like as we regather, any concerns that you'd like to talk about, I want to encourage you to feel free to give me a call or an email, and I would love to chat with you about that and to give you more information as you need. If you'd like to read our church's full health and safety plan, what it will look like on a Sunday morning, that is posted on our website. You can go to that at crossroadsbic.ca, and you'll find our full health and safety plan there. So for those of you who are looking forward to worshiping in person, we do look forward to seeing you on October the 11th. And for others, we look forward to continuing to connect with you online and other ways as we are able, and coming together as followers of Jesus and family in this Crossroads congregation. God bless you, and we look forward to connecting in person soon.